Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I hope you had a great day yesterday. You can tell. I need a hair appointment super bad. Today I want to talk to you really quickly about something related to language arts for your chapter today. You're going to read chapter 5 in Schooled, and you're going to meet a new character. And that brought me to thinking about characterization, and we briefly talked about this like in the middle of the year, and so I wanted to review it and have you think about it. Characterization is just how an author gets you to know about the characters that he or she is writing about and learn about them, and if it's a really good book, fall in love with that character, root for that character, cheer that character on, or on the other hand, hate that character. So how does an author do that? How can we feel so strongly about fictional people in a book? And there are a few ways that authors can do that. So I printed this chart. I don't know how many of you will remember, I talked briefly about direct characterization and indirect characterization. And you can see the definition there, and I'll let you read through that. Direct characterization is not as common, and that word direct is when the author directly tells you what kind of person that character is. So if you open a chapter today, chapter 5, and the author says, I think it's Hugh Winkleman, if he says, Hugh is shy, that's a direct characterization. The author's directly telling you about that character. Or Hugh is a bully, or Hugh is mean to people, or Hugh is always picked on and scared. That's a direct characterization, directly telling you about that character. The more common one is indirect characterization. And that's when the author, rather than tells us what kind of person the character is, the author shows us and might give us clues based on what the character does, what the character says, how the character acts, conversations the character has with other characters. And that one is quite a bit more common. Rarely the author just comes right out and tells you, this character is this and this character is this. Rather, the author might say, Hugh Winkleman is always in the back of the classroom and never raises his hand. Well, that's indirect characterization. It's giving us clues about what kind of person he is. And I just made those statements up. Those are actually quotes from the book. And then down here, just to kind of give you a couple more examples of the difference. So, and it's hard for me to read because it's backwards. So a direct characterization example would be, Sam was tall, clumsy, and didn't have many friends. So in that case, the author is telling us about the character directly, direct characterization. The bottom one, Sam often bumped his head into doorways. Well, that's not directly telling us that he's really tall, but it's indirectly telling us, it's showing us, giving us clues about it. The next one says, Sam was always tripping over his own feet. So again, rather than directly coming out and just saying Sam is clumsy, it's giving us examples of things he does through his actions to show us that he's clumsy. And the last one, Sam often ate lunch alone and rarely talked with others. So that indirectly tells us that maybe Sam isn't very popular or doesn't have very many friends. So direct characterization and indirect characterization. I just want you to think about that as you're reading this chapter today and see if you can figure out what kind of person, what kind of personality this new character has. And kind of your only assignment, or the way I'm going to take attendance like I did yesterday, since you don't really have anything to turn in for me today, is by having you send me another message on its learning, just like you did yesterday about Sophie and her green moisturizer. You're going to send me a message today telling me just one word to describe the character that you meet in chapter 5 today. So that is the end of my quick little mini lesson. My headache is much better today. I got a prescription for a sinus infection, so that helped. And I went into the classroom today to start bagging up your guys' stuff, my homeroom at least. I started. It was just weird. It's like time just kind of stopped in there. I took some pictures. The calendar still said March 11th. Some of your names were still on the board because you were doing flag and announcements, or that you owed me a middle school paper. It was just kind of weird to be in there. Cleaning out your desks. Oof. I started off really sad about it, and it was just weird to have to grab all of your things and put them in paper bags. But then it quickly turned from sadness more to like, oh, some of the stuff I pulled out of those desks. There were cartons of orange juice. And what is today? Today's Cinco de Mayo. No, today is May 6th. And we were last there March 11th. So yeah, there was orange juice, cereal, chocolate, clothes, water bottles, such a mess. So needless to say, I threw away the orange juice and the snack messes. But I've got a lot of your stuff bagged up. And Mrs. Detmer and I have sent parents information about that. But if you don't know, or if you think your parents don't know, there are 3 days in May. I'm going to double check the dates and I'll send them to you. It's May 20th, 21st, and 22nd, I think, and there are different times for those days where you get to come in and pick up that bag of your belongings. And also, if you have a library book or a textbook, like your reading book or your social studies book, you can bring those in too. You're actually going to keep your Chromebooks, if you didn't know this, all summer, and take those with you to middle school. So it's kind of what I did today. I was kind of working from the classroom by myself, and I don't know, it's just weird. I was going to film me teaching this lesson in the room, but then I just felt kind of sad, so I didn't. So anyway, I have rambled on long enough. Don't forget about your assignments for today. Check your messages. Let me know if you need help with anything. Hope to see you at Zoom today at 1 o'clock. The lady from C4 is going to join us, give you some information about that awesome program, and answer any questions that you have. One of the coolest things about it is so many of the classes offer you dual credit. They talked about that a lot, and I know that's kind of weird to think about as a 6th grader, but that means that you can get college credit for free. And if you've ever looked at the price of college, that's a big deal. So anyway, I hope to see you at 1 o'clock on Zoom tomorrow. And when the C4 lady's done with her little talk, then we'll just hang out and play some games and chat. So make it a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.